All right, it's time for another VirginiaPreps.com Zoomcast, and we're joined by a special guest, Ibri Harrell from Phoebus High School. He's one of the top defensive end outside linebackers in the class of 2021 here in Virginia. What a year he had as a junior, 76 tackles, 13 sacks as the Phantoms finished atop the Peninsula District, reached the second round of the playoffs, 10-2 overall. Lost a tough one to Hopewell in the playoffs, the team that went on to win the Class 3 state championship. But he just recently made his college commitment to Appalachian State in the Sun Belt. Ibri, congrats, first of all. How's life been treating you during quarantine?
It's actually been good, even though despite what's going on. But I've just been able to work out more.
Mm-hmm. Just work out individually, not with you guys as a group so far, right?
Right.
I know you're probably looking forward to that and football getting back and up and rolling here for you guys, and hopefully the season goes off without any hitch. But let's talk about this commitment. You had how many offers when it was all said and done here?
I had 18.
Okay. You narrowed it down, kind of refreshed my memory and the audiences of who were the final. I think it was you did a final 5, right?
Yeah, it was Army, William Mary, Georgetown, Holy Cross, and Appalachian State.
Okay. With those schools that you just mentioned there, what was kind of the common theme or thread that they all possessed that made them the schools that stood out at the end for you?
It was really academic excellence, to be honest with you. Minus all the Ivy League schools, those were the schools that really excelled on the academic side and on the football field as well.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong, you had a 3.71 grade point average?
Yeah, I actually went up this last semester.
All right, so it's what, 3.8 plus now?
No, it's a 3.75.
Okay, all right. Real quickly then, let's talk some academics for a second. What's your favorite subject in school?
History.
All right. What do you want to major in at App State? Do you know yet?
Yeah, I'm going to major in marketing.
Okay. Hey, real quickly, since you said history, give me the most interesting thing in history, whether it just be about just history in general. It can be Black history, it can be sports, whatever, that you find you were most fascinated by here in your studies at Phoebus.
I'll say in the 20th century, I'll say the space race between the U.S. and the Soviet Union.
You said between the Soviet Union, what was that?
In the U.S., the space race.
Okay. All right. Defensive end, outside linebacker, you do both well on the football field. Which are you better at?
I'll say defensive end because I've been playing it longer. Outside linebacker, I'm just starting to venture out and outside linebacker.
Okay. So you prefer your hand in the dirt, or does it really matter to you?
I mean, yeah, just hand in the dirt, yeah.
Okay. Is that what App is talking with you about, or?
Yeah, I'll be a DN at App.
Okay. What was it about their program? Because doing some research on them, they had a really good year. They've been known to be a good football program. I think when you were probably a little tight, they pulled this giant upset of Michigan to start off a season, but they've been a power for years, and they're 1AA, then they moved up well to 1A, and they've been a top 25 caliber team here. What was it that you liked about them, and then we'll talk about what they liked about you?
It was the family atmosphere there amongst from the coaches to the students and the athletes to the fans. It was just like they all like were one tight-knit group there.
Did you get a chance to visit them before the pandemic or anything, or?
I haven't.
Okay. So just did a virtual tour, if you will?
Yeah, I did a couple of virtual tours.
What's that like? I mean, what do you kind of see on I guess it's a Zoom session like this one. I don't have any tour of my house to show you. You don't care about my house. But what do they kind of show you? What's kind of the breakdown?
The way they had it set it up, they had going where I'll be there as a student athlete, like all the facilities where they're building the new dorms and stuff like that. They'll go through like literally everything on campus, like all the buildings, the halls, the recreation buildings, shops, stores, whatever. And then you can request to see some stuff and stuff like that.
Okay. How much love did they show you in comparison to other schools? I mean, obviously when you have the production you did on the football field last season was 76 tackles, 13 sacks. The grades that you have over a 3.7 GPA, you're going to be wanted by a lot of places, whether it's 1A, FBS, FCS. Did they show you a lot more love, and kind of what was the message from them about your game that they liked?
Oh yeah, they when they watched my tape, when they said they watched my tape, they said that they just love like the tenacity on the field, like the motor from what I play with. It feels like. They said I look like I play with anger. Like I look like I'm ready to just like hurt somebody type stuff. So
Well, you got to have a little bit of that if you're going to be a defensive player.
Right.
Over that almost like Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis type mentality. I'm going to knock you out.
Right.
Who was your favorite football player growing up, and is it still the same guy now, or is it somebody different, be it the college pro ranks?
I think my favorite football player growing up would have to be between Troy Polamalu and J.J. Watt.
Okay. Who do you try to model your game after, Watt or somebody else that you like to study?
Actually, I last season I watched a lot of T.J. Watt. And this past season I watched a lot of Nick Bosa. So.
Okay. You got a favorite pro football team?
The Steelers, yeah.
Oh, you're a Steelers guy. See,
yeah.
I don't blame you. I mean, Mike Tomlin, they've got all these championships, great history and pedigree. I'm a Cardinals guy, so it still burns me the 43, where
right.
Our guys would have got it for Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald if Aaron Francisco made a better angle on tackle. But hey, it was a wonderful ball game. It was a exciting game to the finish. But how old were you when that Super Bowl was? You had to have been, goodness, you were probably in like 5-6 years old, right?
Yeah, I watched it though. I don't remember. Like I know I watched it though.
You were waving that terrible towel, weren't you?
I was. I had to.
Tell me about in your game. You mentioned about the motor. Kind of how is your game different now as maybe a couple years ago when you entered the Phoebus football program? And obviously it's got a rich tradition like the Steelers. I mean, going back to the late, great Bill D and what Coach Jeremy Blunt has done there. You guys haven't won the state championship here recently, but you've been very close. And defense, you guys take pride in shutting people out and kind of playing that nasty, physical, hard-nosed game, right?
Right. We I think how my game changed from then and now. I think when I was a freshman, when I first came into the program, I was playing JV. I think I was more just like freelancing, like playing more like backyard football. I mean, you can do that at JV level, but once you get to varsity, the speed changes and stuff like that. So you had to get more technically sound as people get bigger and people get faster and play a team that's more skilled and stuff like that.
So it's more about some of the film study and being fundamentally.
Yeah, you got to be able to study on film and work out and train and always stay on top of your craft.
You got a favorite game from last season for you guys?
Ooh, it might sound bad, but I'll say a Hopewell game. Yeah, that taught me a lot.
What did it teach you? What did you learn from that?
It made a team may be more skilled than you, but football, it all comes down, like, if you take away skill, height, and all that stuff, it all comes down to who wants it more. And that really taught me, like, in football, you just really can't overlook anybody, really.
Mm-hmm. And Travion Henderson's a magnificent player, as you well know. He's a Gator State player here. He's headed to the Ohio State University to play his college football. And you guys could be on a collision course with them. There's been some very competitive, tough battles with Phoebus and Hopewell in the playoffs here lately. What are you working on individually in your own craft, Ibri, to improve on, whether you're playing D-end, outside backer for Phantoms this coming season? I know you guys are going to have a good defense again with yourself back, Travion Stevenson, who's a pick commit, and others. What are you working on? And then after that, tell me about kind of the outlook for the season in the group.
Yeah. What I'm working on, I'm just basically trying to get my technique down, get more moves in my arsenal, try to mix it up this year instead of using probably the same 3 moves. I mean, it worked, but I have to evolve my game if I want to play on the next level. Mm-hmm. Lifting weights, eating good. I think this year we're gonna we have a lot of people returning this year. We didn't lose that much on defense. We probably lost the most in our secondary, and with Corey and Josiah leaving at the end, we got Travion coming up now. I feel like we're gonna be straight on defense. A lot of young fresh players coming up from JV. I feel like I can train them to be dogs up there with me.
Mm-hmm. Probably a sack battle between you and Travion, and you got Austin Gilliam back too, right? And he coming back?
Yeah, we do.
So, I mean, all 3 of you guys could be double-digit sack guys potentially this year, right?
Yeah.
This coming year, I don't want to give you bulletin board material. I know Coach won't like this, but is there any team that's on the schedule now that you're circling looking forward to the most? Some might say it's a rival, that rivalry game with Hampton. Some might say it was Woodside because that was the big game last year district. Some might say it's Lake Taylor because that was the first game on the schedule last year and it was a down-to-the-wire game. Is there any game in particular? I mean, I know you're looking forward to them all, but I agree that you're circling the most, like I'm licking my chops for this one.
Not really in the Peninsula District. Just want to focus against the playoffs and get the revenge we deserve.
So the date you're circling is that state championship day. That's a good way to play it. Well put and played in right there. Also with App State here, real quickly before we get to rapid fire with you, anybody else that you're trying to recruit to come with you to App State? Because I looked up something today. I don't know if you noticed or not, but Appalachian State was tops in the nation last year with the most non-offensive touchdowns. Did you know that?
I did.
8 of them. Did they give you that in the recruiting picture, or did they not mention it at all?
Nah, they made sure of that. They pointed that out.
Okay. Supposedly there's 6 defensive touchdowns were tied for the most in the country. I'm not sure what was tied with, but so you're looking to get some scoops and scores there, huh?
Yes, sir.
But back to my question, though. Anybody else you're trying to get to come with you down here from the 757 or to State to App State?
Not really. I haven't really been looking at who they offer in the area. I know they offer a couple guys in the area. Go ahead. Matter of fact, when I go off this, I'm going to go researching now on the computer.
Okay. Not a problem. Well, hey, lastly, before we get to the rapid fire here, the final one here, the thought on the upcoming season. I mean, I know people are keeping some hopes alive here now with the State going to Phase 3 starting next Wednesday. Give me your take. I imagine you're hyped for some football to come back, and what your coaches are telling you about as you guys try to get to that point where you can get together and start working out for the year.
Yeah, they're trying to create a plan to keep them and us safe, but also train up for the upcoming season. So I think all it comes out to is just safety.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're looking forward to watching the Phantoms and that defense make some big plays with you at the forefront of it as kind of the cornerstone. Thank you so much for the time. Before we let you run, you're ready to play some rapid fire with us?
Yes, sir.
All right. What number did you wear on a football field this past year?
50.
50. If you could pick another number besides 50, what would you pick?
8.
8. Why is that?
Crazy 8.
Crazy 8. Okay. Favorite TV show?
The Amazing World Gumball.
All right. Best movie you've seen while under quarantine. Have you watched any movies while under quarantine?
I have. I'll probably say it's probably childish, but Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Okay. I've heard of that. Listen, I help watch kids, so Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah.
Xbox or PS4?
PS4.
What's your game on there?
Madden, GTA 2K.
Okay. If you could pick out one person either on the Phoebus football coaching staff and your family, either one, your family or your Phoebus football coaching staff, to do a TikTok. I'm sure you're familiar with TikTok. Who would you pick and why?
Probably one of our coaches, Coach House. He's just funny. He's funny.
You said Coach, who was it, House?
Yeah, Coach House, yeah.
All right. What's he coach?
He's more like we call him a strength and conditioning coach.
All right. Tell him Hatfield from Virginia Prep said if you guys get a shutout, he's got to do a TikTok for us.
I got you.
I'm sure you'll get more than one shutout with that defense.
Right.
2 more for you. Visit one place in the world. Where are you going?
Bora Bora.
Bora Bora. What is Ibri Harrell's favorite late night snack?
Fruit snacks.
Fruit snacks. No lie, I could get up out of here and show you my Welch's fruit snacks in the cabinet, but they don't sponsor the show, so they're not getting a free plug. So, last one for you. Actually, 2 for you. You can paint or draw anything. What would you paint or draw?
Probably a picture of me.
Picture of you, okay. And if you're stranded on a desert island, what's the one item you have to have with you? Water. See, most people pick either water or cell phone. Well, hey, Ibri Harrell, watch out for him this coming fall at the Phoebus High School with the Phantoms. That defense making big plays all the time, and then beyond that, college football level with the Appalachian State Mountaineers of the Sun Belt. Thank you so much for the time. Best wishes to you. Stay safe, and we'll keep in touch, all right?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
You got it.